How am I? Oh, I'm doing alright. How are all of you? You okay? The bridge looks nice? Yeah, I finished the bridge, today, actually. I got it all set up. It's not completely finished. The pillars still need to go all the way down, but if we just real quick zoom over here, you can see it in full. I like it a lot. And it leads right to the dance pavilion. And if you head on through here, there's some leaves and stuff. I really like this ceiling in particular. The ceiling you can open. I think I'm gonna try and make this area over here a little nicer next. Like maybe move the cows to like an actual little pen instead of just being stuck in this little box. Making some more pathways, maybe like an actual farm too. You know, to get some more food going. If you guys want to jam, we could jam to something. We have cat. We have other side. We have the new one. Do you guys want to jam? Yeah? Cat, okay. Come here. We have Bunk. Okay, I can't do this. I can't. Whoops. I can't. I'm stalling a little bit. Am I okay? I mean, I'm fine. It's just... I'm trying to avoid it, and avoiding things does not make them go away. Okay. I won't. I'll go. I won't. I'll. I have to. I'm stalling because I really need to go talk to Ray about everything, and I need to apologize. I need... Okay. Alright. I need to apologize. But I don't even, you know, I don't even know if... So I could just message him, I guess. Okay, I'm being stupid. I am being so incredibly it's just... It's an apology. He deserves one. I blew up on him, and that's not fair. I can't just avoid him forever, especially if I'm going out and hunting for Mom with his boyfriend, so... I should apologize. It's the right thing to do. Boo, I'm sorry, and run. Yeah, I don't... I don't think that's the most effective way of apologizing to somebody. Not if I want it to seem genuine. And I do mean it. I shouldn't have blown up at him. Just because I'm apologizing, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Apologizing is a normal thing to do. People mess up, and when you do something bad, you apologize. You don't dig your heels in, because that's how you... Okay, well now I have to go. 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 Okay. Okay. It's fine. When you do something wrong, you apologize. You don't dig your heels in, because digging your heels in turns you into a person you don't want to be. Okay. Okay. And he's right there staring at me. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Wherever you want to be, I have like a living room or a balcony or wherever you would like.
I guess, sure, I'll just come over here, I guess.
Yeah. Wait. Here, yeah, you can come in. Do you want anything? I have, teas and coffee, or if you want anything, maybe, whatever you...
This is super awkward, and I think we both know it, so, I need to apologize to you. And, 'cause I got your Caspian gave me your note, and it...
Yeah.
I think... I mean, I'm not trying to excuse things, but, like, I think I shouldn't have blown up at you the way I did. It wasn't fair to you when you were just trying to explain what happened, and I think I shouldn't have reacted in the way that I did, and it's not fair to you.
I appreciate you saying that. I honestly understand why you reacted the way you did. I didn't realize that I had given you such a strong hope.
I don't know if you really did or if you kind of just. I think I knew it was gone and I just didn't want to face it, really. Even
Here.
before anything happened, it's just.
Why don't we try again? Talking about the Aether and Purgatory. And here.
Oh, I'm on the floor. That wasn't supposed to. Hang on. That's the wrong.
You
There,
flex your left click. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. We can start over. Or try not start over, but try again. And I am here to answer whatever questions you have that I can answer. Whatever I can tell you about what we've done with Purgatory and what we've learned of the Aether.
Yeah, I think I like that.
So,
or maybe not like, but at least it'd be better to know than be stuck in the dark, kinda.
Of course. I guess. Where do I start with things? What's important? We didn't used to even know about the Aether. No one did. People hardly knew about the end, actually. 2 resets ago, I was looking for a theoretical dimension that I had found scraps of notes of other scientists that turned out to be me from past resets.
Oh.
And Luce showed up, but looked nothing like Illyrion. Didn't even remember his name. It's why we call him Luce. I don't even know if you know that.
Yeah, I was about to say, who?
We
Luce?
Lucinare was the name we called Illyrion for a while, because we found Illyrion in the Temple of Creation, the crumbles of one of Fable's temples, I think is when they first appeared to us. And then they started kind of following us around, especially Will. But they looked actually like sherbet.
What?
It's something when a god gets husked or felled, they lose so much of themselves, they forget their name, they forget what they look like. At some point, they saw sherbet and said, that's person-shaped, and looked like sherbet. Hell, at the end of the last reset, when they had forgotten, he looked at me, looked like me for a little bit. It was Will, I think, that had him slowly remembering things, and us slowly finding information. But before he even remembered his name, he picked the name Lucinare, which is Valette for candle. Ended up going for Luce for short. He actually helped a lot. He stuck around when we were in the middle of a really bad fight between... that part doesn't matter, but...
Yeah, never mind. I
You can
was,
ask what you want.
I don't know, it seemed like to my, you said, and you don't have to talk about this because based on what you already said, I'm assuming it sucked, but, that Endirian controlled your friends? What?
Yeah.
I just hadn't heard of something like.
Yeah, that Endirian took control of Sherbert, Centros, and Easton for a while after they spent some time in the end. Time that they didn't really want to be there, but we had to get Athena and Caspian out of a prison there. And it kind of ended up being a trade. And when I got them out of the end, well, it was too good to be true.
Yeah, jumping around dimensions doesn't really land you in the best spot, I would think.
Yeah. So for a while, we were in a pretty serious conflict with them. They had a lot more stuff than we did. They were a lot more aggressive than we were. And Luce helped. I think actually even providing some things that helped save Will at least once. And stuck around when we had to live underground a lot. And he'd pop in, watch over us. And we started learning more about the Aether. Will and I were trying to decipher all of Valette and struggling because Illyrian couldn't speak English. So it was a game of charades.
Have you figured out what? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm interrogating you, but have you
It's okay.
have you figured out what could have happened to the Valette thing? Because you keep mentioning that, and I remember you talked about it before, and like it's something I'm supposed to know, but I don't, and I don't like that feeling of.
Yeah, actually, I think I even. This is from Will. Oh, sorry. Jeez.
Oh, you're okay.
But Will also noticed the lack of Valette and had a theory that was actually really similar to mine. So I think we're on the right track of part of the Aether fading. It's taking some other pieces with it. The whole language.
Here, you can have that back.
Yeah.
I don't know. This whole situation really stinks.
I know.
Not to undersell it, but
No, that makes sense. So, I guess that I've started calling the resets a bit more by actual names. So 2 resets ago, I've started calling it the Endstone reset because while they were under Endirian's control, these big pillars of Endstone kept spreading. And then last reset, the Skulk reset. Skulk was causing quite the problem. But during the last reset, we started to learn a lot more about Purgatory. And Purgatory it's been referred to as the husk of the Aether. Kind of like Luce was sort of the husk of Illyrian. Purgatory is it has the Akashic records inside of it.
So
But
those aren't destroyed.
no. It's
Okay.
even actually how I knew about you. I've been to Purgatory. I've
What?
seen.
How?
I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there. I promise. But I've seen where you probably had the allies. At least one. I don't know if there's more than one. There was a bunch of ally nests in a note from you talking about them. But
Yeah, there were a, a couple of them. Not too many, because then it would lose the point of being a hub, but I mean, there were not enough nests in one for all of them, so.
that makes sense.
Um,
But for Purgatory, I first visited it. This sounds strange. I visited it in kind of a vision, I guess, through my mother. When we opened up the end portal, I had how to explain the things that have happened. Basically, when I opened up the end portal, Endirian, in an act of desperation, finally turned me. Got. I have a part of Endirian's soul inside me.
oh, you're. You're a.
It's called
You're
a
a
vessel.
vessel.
Yeah. I visited Purgatory through her eyes. She was walking up to the Akashic records and she was calling for Raza, person I keep asking you about because we're trying to figure out what the hell the connection between Saraza and Raza is. Because ever since getting Endirian's soul, I have dreams of her memories, her nightmares. And she knows that Saraza is gone. She got angry at Caspian for it in one of the memories, but then she walked up to Purgatory looking for someone specifically called Raza. Wasn't there. And instead, there was Fable. Some time ago, Endirian trapped Fable in Purgatory. Somewhere, I'm not exactly sure where, but he got out of whatever he was supposed to be in. And when she was there, he used that opportunity to try and attack. Because Endirian has part of Luce's soul in her. Or she did. Endirian was holding the power of space that Illyrion gave her when he died. And it's how she made Purgatory, it's how she gets into it and makes it so that Fable can't get out. It's what he needed. So to make sure he didn't give it, she put it in me so that he can't have it.
Oh. I feel like
it's a lot. I'm sorry.
I feel like I should be reacting more, but it feels
it's kind of
more
a
like my brain is
fire
melting.
hose of information. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw Purgatory. And then Fable has started bringing me, Sherbert, and actually others there through our dreams. Because even though he didn't get the power of space, he was able to at least get a fragment of Endyrion's mind powers, a bit of dream ability, so that he could communicate to us to try and help him. And so now Sherbert and I at least have been there several times each. Who else had dreams? Chaos had a dream. Oshi had a dream. Maybe even, I think Caspian has been there. So we've been to Purgatory. We've seen this great. I think it's. I don't know if there's more to Purgatory than the records, because all I've seen is just this endless library with books that line the walls. That there's just an impossible amount of them.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like the records. I mean, to be honest, it probably wouldn't feel too different because, I mean, there's so much to do there. I barely left the records to go anywhere else. But.
And it. The reason we. Okay, where do I next? At the start of last reset, we found a shattered Aether portal. It looked like it had been exploded from the inside. It was shattered apart. And Will and I and Athena and Sherbert, we all got together to put it back together. Reassemble the big diamond shape that now I've recreated over there. And it wasn't ever going to be able to connect back to the Aether. There's nothing there to connect to.
Yeah.
There are still pieces of the Aether we have found. We found a piece of the Temple of Space across all the dimensions. Will found part of his childhood home, his bedroom, the nursery that Vivian and Illyrion made him. There are fragments out there of your home if you want to look for them. I mean, all of us are always on the lookout for the weird things that keep getting tossed about. I'm hoping that somewhere out there in the reset shuffling of the world, I could find my home again. I found part of it last time, and God, I wish I could show you the archives we had assembled last time. We had so many books. We had so many pieces. And they're gone. But last time, Illyrion remembered himself. Not everything. And it sounds like he won't ever remember everything.
But they can remember.
Yes.
Some stuff.
They can. And he showed up to a party we were having, a masquerade ball, holding a glowing book. He called it Saraza. It was the one that Caspian has found before.
Yeah,
This book,
he told me.
This book answers questions, but at a price. I don't know. I've never actually held it. I've never touched it to see what piece of her might be there. But I assume it's a vessel as well. Just like the mirror that Perix's soul was bound in. I think it's another vessel like that. But I don't know. Perix's vessel, she ended up being able to communicate still because she communicated with Ven. She was still able to make illusions and speak. So perhaps getting Saraza's book back, we could communicate with her again. And Perix's method of trying to reacquire a body were bad. But maybe we can find another way. I don't know, though. So please, I don't want to give you hope this time. Perix...
Even if... even if we can't... Even if I can't get her all back, just finding the book would... I'm the reason it's missing.
What?
I don't remember much from the Aether falling, because it all kind of just became this huge blur of chaos and everything, but I went to find her, and she handed me that book and told me to keep it safe and leave with it. She told me to get out, and I left it behind to save them.
The allies.
Yeah. And I don't regret protecting them. I don't, ever, and I wouldn't. I would...
No,
but
that's okay.
I don't know, I just feel like even if we can't get her back all the way, I need to. It's the only time I ever didn't do something she asked me to.
She gave you the book. Okay, I have a bad habit of taking notes.
It's fine.
But she gave you the book. That means, so she... Well, I mean, Indirian is still alive, and part of her soul is in me. So Saraza handed you part of her soul, knowing that she was about to possibly die. You can make a vessel. I wonder how much of the book is her then?
I don't know.
If she was still alive?
I just know she told me to protect it with my life, so... And I should have... I was gonna go back for it, and then everything...
Arsana, it's not your fault.
Sometimes feels like it.
You picked your siblings. You picked your family. I think both of us know how important that is to each of us.
Yeah.
They needed your help. You're their big sister. I'm glad that you helped them.
Yeah,
And
I
we've
am too.
found the book several times. Caspian has found it. Illyrian has found it. We can find it again. The resets are prone to cycles. We keep finding that things have a habit of repeating themselves.
Like Lady of the World?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mambu told me that thing comes around every time, and she doesn't get it.
I think we have a really good chance of being able to find it again.
Yeah,
And
I
hopefully it'll have some answers for you.
yeah, I really hope we've been look. Oh shit! Is Caspian okay? Because the other day
Yeah,
when we went out looking, he was kind of shaken
he
and
he's okay.
okay.
He got cleaned up and we spent some time together. He told me about the village. I
Yeah.
actually went and took a look at it yesterday
Oh.
because the book that he brought back was very strange, actually. I shoot, I don't even know if I read it. I don't even remember. I didn't read the book. How dare I? I didn't even read the book. I
You're
was so
talking about
distracted.
you're talking about the one with the poem in it, right? With it, well, I guess if you didn't
I didn't read it.
read
If
it,
did you find more than one book?
not really. No, not any that didn't immediately make us have to run away.
No.
And not another one that talked about mom, so I think it's
It
pretty limited.
it talked about Saraza.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was so distracted because its aura was so bizarre.
What do you mean?
It was like it was fighting over. It couldn't decide if it wanted to be a gold aura or a green aura. And so I was really curious. I wanted to go see if the village, if there was more like that there.
Well, there was that
The
huge fountain that was like all weird.
mm-hmm. Weird is an understatement. The entire village, the fountain sits on this seam line between these two aura colors that are just fighting each other.
Huh.
It's kind of complicated. I have thoughts on why it's happening, but it's strange. But yeah, I did go take a look at the village. Are you okay after
Yeah,
the villagers showed up?
I'm fine. I probably should have seen it coming, to be honest. Whole place was kind of unguarded, unsuspecting, had a lot of high ground. So, I don't know, easy target?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Be careful if you go back.
Why?
I don't know if you're planning to, but you guys didn't stop the raid, did you?
No, we kind of had to get out of there. I was freaking out, Caspian was freaking out, I got shot. It was...
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys got out. It seemed like it was a lot based on what was left.
It's all gone, isn't it?
The village is still there.
But the villagers aren't?
Yeah. I know I said this once, but with getting the book back, be careful. It has caused some problems before. Of Caspian's memories are pretty severely damaged. It was sapping power from Illyrion, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. And other vessels like this have been dangerous. Perix's mirror, and I don't think your mother is anything like Perix, but Perix spread illusions and sickness, and we ended up using Perix's soul to light the portal. I rerouted it to Purgatory because since I have Illyrion's power, I can go. I guess I have a bit more connection ability, something to Purgatory that let me be able to, one of the times in my dreams, pull a book through. A book that one of your allies handed me. And using that actual physical piece of Purgatory, it was able to reroute the portal. We had to get Perix's soul to light it because it needs quite a bit to light this kind of portal. Perix's Perix was maybe I made a bad choice in rushing to light the portal or rushing to do this. And I don't think this excuses it, but maybe it gives a bit more context of why I was maybe a bit less careful than I should have been.
You were trying to save your family.
I might have been trying to save myself a little bit as well. I was dying. Perix got me really, really sick. And when I say that she tried to acquire a body, it was mine. She infected me and would turn me into a monster that really hurt the people I cared about. And I just don't want anything like that to happen to anyone else. Everything with the gods and vessels are kind of a bit of a risk.
It won't. She maybe, I won't deny that memories are kind of her thing, so yeah, she probably definitely messed some things up, but she would not have given that book to me if it would hurt me. She wouldn't.
That's a good point, actually.
So even if it means I have to keep it away from everyone else, I can do that, but she won't hurt people on purpose.
I'm glad then.
It won't be like... I mean, I wasn't there for all that you talked about, so maybe I don't know, but... But
No, here.
she's not malicious. She's just... But she's not malicious.
The current portal, I do really want to light it again. We were so close to getting Fable out, and Quixis messed it up. Glitched really strongly, and instead of us getting Fable back, we got Haley. Which I'm glad that we have Haley back. But now we have to light the portal again to get Fable. And there's more than just he's my uncle or with relations. I think he can help stop the resets. The overworld, we have reports that are of the realm that talk about how unstable the overworld is without any of the overworld gods left. And maybe bringing him back could help. Or just answers on things. He wants to help.
Okay, I'm not gonna pretend that I think that lighting the portal is still a great idea, because I don't. But, and I still don't personally trust Fable, but again, I didn't know him, you did, so look, as long as you're being careful and you think it's the best move, then okay. I don't have to like it, but I won't. You're trying to do the right thing, and you didn't know last time, and it wouldn't be fair of me to hold that against you.
I, at the moment, can't even, light it. We don't exactly have another god soul sitting around. So I'm still working on what can even make enough energy to do that. I have some thoughts, but none of them I haven't spent enough time on them yet. But before I do anything before we light it, I'd for sure tell you. And I wish I knew how to observe. Like, I wish I knew how to figure out what it was going to do, what impact it would have. And
yeah, that's kind of the whole problem. It's kind of a yes or no situation.
Yeah.
You can't really do a test drive of lighting a portal to another dimension, especially one that's not supposed to even exist.
Be there.
Like, like you said earlier, how like you didn't know about the Aether or anything. You kind of weren't supposed to.
Yeah. You're right, there isn't a dip your toes in. It's an all or cannonball. Yeah. All or nothing. And my hope, personally, is that after the first lighting, the second won't have any impact. If it severed what was left of the Aether, then I hope that then it's done. There isn't anything more for it to do. There isn't any more damage for it to cause. I don't know that, though.
It's a pretty big hope.
I know. I know it is.
I'm trying not to. I don't want to like you keep saying you don't want to give me hope. I don't want to take away yours.
It's okay. I don't know how much of mine is hope as much as desperation.
Well, join the club on that one.
I'm sorry that we got in such a fight. I have been very shit about my own emotions lately, and I am working on it. I apologize for that.
To be honest, you kind of reacted in the way I should have completely expected, given that I was the one who started shouting at you, so... I'm sorry.
Thank you for apologizing. I really appreciate that. I don't... Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the... I appreciate that you gave me space.
Yeah. I hope it was okay to send Caspian. I didn't want to like go deliver it but then accidentally run into you and then that make things worse. So I sent a boyfriend instead.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to deliver a note without also I get it. Is what I'm saying. I'm sorry I sent him back to you traumatized and hurt, so... Sorry, that's not something to laugh about.
Yeah. I think laughing about it is about where we're at.
I keep forgetting people aren't used to the whole raid thing.
What do you mean?
Just, being around them for a while, it kind of just became routine.
That's fair. There was a little extra bit on the end of my message. Did you know about how much the LAs like music?
Yeah. Yeah, we had many a note block and jukebox. Because, like, we did have, there was I mean, they weren't books, but you can record music, so there was parts of the records that were just music.
I didn't even think about that. Of course that makes sense, having part of the records be music.
Yeah, that section could sometimes get very loud. But yeah, they like it a lot. Sometimes too much. Sometimes like there would be a weekly thing where I'd have to go in there and I'd be like, "Okay, guys, we have to stop. We have to like all of the record, they're all over the floor because you keep just putting new ones in instead of putting them back. This can't keep happening."
Here, actually, I have a little thing. If you're okay going up to the library?
Yeah, sure.
Wolf and I definitely didn't know that they were very big fans of music until Oxrated just started going.
Yeah, they really
took us by surprise.
Yeah, Wolf came by and was helping me with that and was like, are they all like that? Like, yeah.
Oh, that's just funny. You are ignore the duck. Is holding a coffee cup. It's fine.
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him about. He swears up and down there's nothing in it. So
Promise
yeah,
it's empty. Are you sure about that?
yeah. Wolf said when he was spinning around, he kind of lost most of the coffee in the process.
The thing I was actually going to kind of show or ask or whatever this words. I have this book. It's
Okay.
called. Okay, this section is named "Silly Things." That's the Aura's fault. It's called Ethereal Bits because I've been keeping record of just random information that people have, that people share in their memories. And so, for example, having part of the records were music. Were dedicated. Okay, oh dear. Dedicated to. There we go. LA's.
Every time one of the allies wanted to move sections, it was always, can I go to the music one? Can I go over there? And it was like, there's so many of you over there already.
Here, I'll put it there. But if you ever want it, if you ever want to add to it, that's part of the reason I have the library as an open space for everyone. It's so that there's places that people can add to it. If you remember little things, it helps the Aether not be forgotten.
Yeah.
Little bits about it, little silly details. We have Purga notes with things that.
I don't know if I'll be able to be much help with that one.
That is fair. That's fair. But we have Purga notes. We have Nothers for Nether and notes together. Look, and then Antastic bits. Okay. And Nothers is a hard one, okay? Thank you for reaching out. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, I would have felt like garbage if I didn't apologize, so I knew I needed to.
Thank you.
And I wanted to make sure. Yeah, just that because I was unfair to you, so.
I think you and Caspian should talk more.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully it won't end in bad raids every time.
Maybe if you ever need a hand. I was gonna say me, but I shoot bows. I'm pretty good at that. But axe is far better at stabbing things.
That might be a good idea.
You know, there's a few of us around that are pretty good at fighting. That if you ever got into a tough situation, you're also always welcome to, send out a calm message, or a lot of us would come help.
I appreciate that.
But,
I'm just hoping I can find her sooner rather than later.
Me too. To be honest, as much as a lot of her answers were really difficult on the night of the party, she was one of the first to actually just be able to give an answer.
Let me guess, slightly vague?
Yeah.
Taking all your questions very literally?
A little bit, but for me, I think she ended up helping a lot. I wouldn't have known what to do without her. Guess part of the way she helped save my life.
Glad about that.
Me too. But, well, I was in the midst of attempting to make a balcony for a sun-sensitive boyfriend.
Oh,
I might go back down towards that. Or
right.
actually, well, I guess probably work on some of the other growing list of to-dos.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to keep you from anything
No, it's all right.
that you're doing. So
This was time well spent.
yeah.
And I wouldn't mind talking to you more.
Okay. Okay, that went honestly a lot better than I thought it would. This is good. This is especially good because he said Illyrion remembered, not everything, but remembered, was husked and remembered because of will. So maybe even if she doesn't remember anything right now, maybe she'll remember because of me. Maybe she'll remember because of us. Maybe I don't know if I can bring her back entirely. Especially not in the way that Ray talked about. I don't want to take anyone else, and she wouldn't either. But just having that book back and finding a way to let her remember, it would. Even just having a piece, just having a fragment of her back would make everything okay again. Well, maybe not everything, we still can't really go back home, but it would be easier. I need to get ready to... Well, only if he's up for it, of course. The last time was a bit harrowing, but... Caspia and I have to find her. And I will make sure that she doesn't hurt anyone. Because she wouldn't hurt me.